YouTube, so we know we've been missing for quite a while.
Quite a while?
Quite a while. What was that last video?
I was probably like 5 months.
So it's been months.
It's been 7 months.
Yeah, the baby's here already.
Obviously.
It was just more of us, just getting everything ready. We didn't.
Not even just things. Also, just like getting in the hang of like.
No, yeah,
things.
getting in the hang of being a parent, getting everything ready. We had a lot of family over, so it was just also giving them our attention. But we decided to make a comeback. Obviously, he's here now, so we'll show you guys him in a few. We will be bringing a lot of content hopefully soon with doing stuff with the baby. Sky's parents and younger siblings are here, so definitely be going out to do a lot of family activities.
We also are possibly starting tattooing, so you'll see a lot of that.
We possibly are starting to tattoo. I don't know if he usually watches our stuff, but I want to give a big shout out to my tattoo artist and now Sky's tattoo artist. He gave us a whole tattooing kit, so we're ready to start our journey on that. We just recently bought an iPad, so that we can start.
We'll record the first client, and you guys will see whether or not if we fuck up or not.
So that we can start, tattooing, drawing, and sketching stuff out. Our next step is definitely probably buying the printer.
Alright.
But there's gonna be a lot of different content,
as well as Q&As. He doesn't like doing Q&As,
we could do a Q&A. So for those of you that
whether it's about the baby or about us.
So for those of you that do watch us, if you have any questions, if you follow us on Instagram, you can simply DM them to us, or if you want to just comment them under this video, by all means. It's mainly a family channel, but I'm very much into cars and motorcycles. If you guys want that kind of content, let us know. Me and Sky do go to car shows here and there. In the near future, after we figure stuff out, I'm hoping to put my car on air suspension and get Sky a new truck. So we're definitely going to be looking into that, but as of right now, it's just mainly family stuff. Bear with us because we are all over the place. We're packing stuff. We're moving out of this apartment. If you live in Orlando, never ever move into a complex called the Deborah at Metro West. We've had mold in this apartment ever since we've moved in, and nobody has fixed it. So we're forcing them to break us out of our lease so that we can. We're looking for a house, but it hasn't really been going our way. So that's that.
We could probably record that too, when if we ever go to see
If we go to see a house, we'll definitely do that. Did they ever get to see Benji?
When he was.
So you guys saw
7 months
for
ago.
Christmas, I had got Sky a puppy German Shepherd. I don't know if you guys did see it. So if you guys never did see it, we'll make a video about our dog. No, they have. We introduced them before. We introduced Champ and Benji. I'm pretty sure.
Benji was small.
Yeah. So he's huge now.
Where is he actually?
He's been through his fair share of fights. I believe he's in the living room right now. But we just wanted to come on here to give you guys some insight on what's going on with us in the past few months and what's gonna be going on with us. So like I said, we are looking for a house, but if we can't find one, we'll be moving into another apartment. We do want a house, just for the space for the baby, space for Sky's family when she comes over, when they come over, my family when they come over. And also, we find it unfair to the dogs that they're trapped in the apartment all the time. So pregnancy went pretty well, I would say, for the most part. Sky had a very good, she had a very good pregnancy. Cravings wasn't really all of our cravings. Well, all of her cravings were New York cravings that we wouldn't be able to get. Pretty much food from New York and stuff that we missed eating. But besides that, the pregnancy went pretty smooth. For the last few months of the pregnancy, we had Sky's mom out here helping us out a lot while I was at work, helping Sky with what she needed to help. just helping around the house and stuff like that. My mom came to visit twice. I think my mom came in from New York twice.
Yeah, twice. The baby shower and then.
Yeah, we had a baby shower. For those of you that know, we were gonna do a baby shower in New York, but we didn't. It ended up coming out to be too costly, and it was just easier for us to come out here, and
also,
we had quite a lot of people show up.
Out here couldn't really.
No, yeah, the people out here couldn't. So the baby's godfather offered us his house to do it, and so we did the baby shower there in his yard. We had her parents came, her siblings came. My mom flew in from New York. My aunt flew in from New York. My tattoo artist Danny flew in. A lot of our close friends actually flew in. We had the baby's cousin's parents fly in. That they just recently had a baby in July. They came. A lot of my friends from New York showed up last minute. Surprising me, they flew in. She arranged that. I was literally eating at Hooters, I think the day before the baby shower, and I'm like, that person looks familiar, and a bunch of my friends just stormed in. So it was definitely good. It was just very hectic going into the baby shower.
A lot going on.
It was a lot going on. There would be times that we'll take our frustration out on each other.
Alright, Papa.
We'll take our frustration out on each other and stuff, but it was good. It was we made the best of it. It was really good. There was pretty good food.
As well as for people who don't know, he proposed.
Oh yes, I proposed. We are now engaged and hoping to get married soon. But the pregnancy was really well.
Going into birth?
Going into birth was
a little scary.
Sky's little sister was over here at the time, and we did a pool party for her birthday in our complex.
Yeah.
And a lot of people say going swimming helps induce labor and whatnot. So we were in the pool almost the whole day. We were barbecuing.
And I was swimming because I was ready
swimming.
to get
She
him
was ready
out.
to just get him out. So that was on a Saturday. That was Saturday.
Yeah, it was Saturday.
That was Saturday.
April 24th.
Yeah. That was Saturday, April 24th. And then Sky's mucus plug came out. When her
TMI.
Yeah, TMI, sorry. But the mucus plug came out.
I started getting contractions.
Yeah, she started getting
they
were about 2 to 3 minutes
every 3
apart.
minutes, yeah.
And then, sometimes it got
strong.
longer.
Yeah,
sometimes it got
strong.
longer, sometimes it got shorter.
So
And
they're
then,
very irregular.
we just played it by ear at that point. We were just waiting to see what would happen. Then the next day they got worse and worse up until about, I want to say 3 in the morning.
It was Sunday night going into Monday morning. Oh, 2 in the morning.
It was 2 in the morning, and I'm sleeping, and all I hear is Sky, not screaming, but more soothing herself because of how much pain she was in. So I was, mind you, previous to this, we had got into an argument because I was trying to tell her, let's go to the hospital.
But I didn't want to get sent back home.
But she didn't want to get sent back home, so we went.
All right, Bubby.
Sky's mom was here. I woke her up. I told her, I said, listen, we're going to head to the hospital. You can meet us there. When we got there, they checked her out and everything. And she was I believe she was about 4 centimeters when we got to the hospital.
Yeah.
We were at 4.
4.5, I believe.
So the doctors didn't send us home, but they told us to go walk around. Hey. So this is our lovely son. So they wanted her back at 6 centimeters. So we walked around for an hour. We went back. She was
they wanted me to walk around for 2 hours.
For 2 hours.
But I literally after the first hour, the contractions just got worse and got to the point where I was screaming in their lobby. So I was like, you know what? Let me just go back and see where I'm at.
So they gave us our room. We requested a room with a bathtub. From our experience and from
Did you tell them I jumped to 6 centimeters?
Oh no, yeah.
Okay.
That's why we went back. So they gave us our room. From our experience and from the way Sky explained it to us, if you're ever pregnant, always
Yeah.
when you're gonna go into labor, request a room with a bathtub.
Yes.
A lot of times they'll give you a room with a shower. Request a room with a bathtub.
Yeah, it was really helpful. When I got up there, the first thing I actually did was get in the bathtub.
You got in the bathtub. The water, like, it helps a lot.
Uh-huh.
So at that point,
you also can't put it like really, really hot because of the baby, which kind of
They
was like the
they don't let
downfall
you
to it.
exceed. I think it was like 95
yeah.
degrees or something like that.
Yeah. And
But,
then it got to a point where mine's actually was like at 100, and she was like, "Oh, we
the
gotta
lady
make it
was
colder."
like, we have to make it colder.
But I didn't want to.
It was, it was a good but scary experience. So time went on. Sky did end up taking the epidural.
I got epidural at 7 centimeters,
7
and it was
centimeters.
because, so I wanted to do natural. I wanted to do it full. I was full-heartedly ready to do natural. But another thing, if you're pregnant and if you are in labor, I know the contractions hurt a lot and you don't want to be walking, but your best bet is to walk.
Yeah.
Because I walked for an hour and I jumped 2 centimeters. The moment I got upstairs and I was sitting down and I wasn't moving around, it took me at least 3 hours just to get to 7 centimeters. So then there I was like, damn,
by that
I'm
time,
not able to do it.
Daylight started showing in the hospital. I had called out of work because it was Sunday going into Monday, and as time went on, she would get really bad pains and she would push. She'd stop pushing, and then after a while, she was like, okay, like, I think it's time, and we went about 5.5 hours of just straight pushing.
No, I think it was like 4.
You sure?
Yeah.
So like maybe like 4.5.
It's because at one point they had me push for maybe like an hour.
And then
they were like, let's stop and like let's wait a little bit. So they made me wait for like maybe 45 minutes, and they came back in and I started pushing, and I pushed for like 4 hours straight after that.
So it was about, then after that it was probably like about 4.5 hours.
And they weren't telling him anything.
Yeah,
like,
they
I
weren't
kept
telling
asking,
us anything.
I kept asking like, like, is he moving? Is he moving?
And they'll be like,
him?
just a little bit.
They were like, oh yeah, I see his head, and they're like, oh yeah, he's moving, but just a little bit.
So one of the doctors that came in, she was a trainee, so we couldn't really be upset at her because she didn't know much. But I want to say big shout out to her because she was a very big like support system for Sky.
Because the original doctor, she was
kind of like snotty.
She was making it seem like I wasn't pushing correctly.
But Sky yelled at the doctors.
That one because I was upset.
So after 4.5 hours of pushing, the nurses decided to go get
the midwife.
Midwife comes in and goes, so we're gonna have to figure out what we have to do.
So I'm gonna call the doctor.
So I'm gonna call in the doctor. The doctor comes, and they were trying to at first the midwife said that they were gonna see if they were gonna do the vacuum,
the
forceps or whatever. So
there was one more.
The actual doctor comes in. Yeah, the clamps. The doctor comes in and tells us like, well, no, like that's it. You guys need to do a C-section. Yeah. What the nurses failed to tell us, or failed to realize themselves, is they had her pushing for 4.5 hours, and he was sideways.
He was basically laying on his side, so he wasn't in the position to come out, and he was laying on his side, and instead of his head being to his chest, his head was actually up. So if you know, it's harder for a woman to push out a baby's head if it's the top. It's easier if their head is down and they're pushing out the back because it's a smaller.
So when the doctor told us that, everybody's heard crazy things of like C-sections. So all 3 of us, me, Sky, and her mom, because her mom was in the room with us, we broke down in tears because it's scary. It's scary for somebody to go through that. And because
it's major surgery.
So they made me suit up. And Sky's mom stood in that doctor's room. They got Sky ready, and then they brought me. And
I was so scared.
Even after opening up Sky, it was hard to get him out from how stuck he was. Yeah. He was like super stuck from pushing for so long.
4 hours, he got stuck in my pelvis. So
and then it
was hard to get him out.
He swallowed some of the fluid.
The amniotic fluid
that was in there.
So when he came out, he was kind of sluggish, but
he was
fine now.
He was fine after that. I got to see him right away. He came out at 8 pounds,
5 ounces.
5 ounces. 22,
20 and a half
20 and a
inches.
half inches long, which is very weird because that's exactly what I was born
his
at.
height and his weight.
So I was born at exactly that. So on April 26th at 4:59 at 4:59 p.m. the baby was born, and ever since then I feel like it's been like the most amazing experience. Like a lot of people sit here and be like, oh, don't have a kid, you're not ready. If you personally feel like you're ready, I would say go ahead and have one, because I don't know, I feel like he's like, I'm not saying mine and Sky's relationship is bad at all, because we have a really amazing relationship, but he is very much like our glue.
Yeah.
Like he's like what keeps both of us going and stuff like that. So you know, it's just it's amazing, and he's like, I don't know, he's just a baby full of laughter. He's always laughing.
He is such a happy baby.
He's
all
never
the
really
time.
gave us a problem sleeping. Even like from jump, the moment he came home.
Yeah,
like,
I did decide to breastfeed, so we've been doing that.
she still does currently breastfeed.
Yeah, but that's another thing. Like a lot of like my family members all did formula feeding. So for me, this was actually a challenge because I didn't really know much about breastfeeding. So I'm still learning a lot of things to this day. Like for instance, I wake up at night at least 3 times a night. That's not gonna change for a while because it depends on when he decides he wants to eat more and he's gonna just like sleep. So I can't really change that. But formula fed babies, it's harder for their food to digest because the formula is thicker.
Yeah.
So since it's harder for their food to digest, they'll sleep longer hours. But breast milk is so thin and light that it literally will just go right through them. So they get hungry more frequently in the nighttime. But
besides that, it's amazing. Like I wake up for work. Like in the beginning, like I took the whole week off of work, but I wake up for work and say I don't want to leave. Scott, to this day, he's about to be 4 months. I call while I'm at work. I call about every 30 minutes. I call like every 30 minutes. I want to see what's the baby doing. So I've always told you guys will probably never know my name, but he's actually a third. So we named him. It was originally Elvin Castro III, but so 6 days before he was born, oh god, we lost my grandfather to he always had like really bad like leg infection, so they had to amputate his leg, and his
was it his
kidney, one of his kidneys failed. And he was fighting for a while. He was fighting.
And then at one point, he was doing good.
He was doing good, and then he got bad, and then he spoke to us. He spoke to the family, and he told us that he was just tired of fighting. So, he went, and he passed. So we gave my grandfather's name as the baby's middle name, but he is still considered the third. So his name is Elvin Jose Castro III. But,
very Hispanic name.
Yes, very Hispanic. Everybody's starting to call him EJ already. We don't really want that as a nickname for him.
He is EJ,
but it's probably something that's just gonna end up sticking.
Yeah, but we also haven't came up with a nickname for him. So
but being a parent, it's hard. Me and Sky both had times where we break down in tears because we feel like we don't know what we're doing. But it's a blessing. I wouldn't want it any other way. He's an amazing child. Like he just opens up my eyes to like so much different stuff.
I feel like also it's just like looking at him, like you can't help but just be like, oh my gosh.
You can't at all. But that's just pretty much us wanting to catch up. Clothes is gonna go fast. He's 4 months. He wears 9-month clothes.
Yeah, he's big.
He's already in size 3 diapers. His sneaker collection is probably bigger than both of ours already. It's next thing you know, he's 1. We wanted to do 2 kids back to back, but due to Sky's C-section, we weren't able to do that because she still does want to try natural, and I do respect her decision. So we have to wait until he's at least 9 months for her scar to heal fully. But we will be trying in the very near future. That is another reason we're looking to get into a house, because we just want the space. And we do live by ourselves now. Sky's little sister moved to New York.
Yes.
She no longer lives with us.
It's kind of nice to have our house back.
It's kind of nice, but she is missed but she was a pain in the butt sometimes. And I know you're gonna watch this. Me and you got beef, homie. But it's, you know, we just wanted to share our experience with you guys and let you guys know that we are back. Yesterday her parents landed and I was supposed to record everything we did yesterday, but I guess, you know, just not seeing them for a while and stuff.
Yeah, it got away from us.
You know, it got away from us, especially like Sky's dad.
Yeah.
Sky's dad never really spends as much time with us because he always has to go back to work.
Yeah, but he's out here for like a week now.
So he's out here for a little while, but you guys will be seeing some stuff from us soon.
Yes. Put in the comments anything you guys want us to actually
anything
do.
you guys want
or
us
I'll
to
ask
record.
on Instagram.
Sky and me will ask on Instagram. We'll definitely do a Q&A soon. Like I said, if you guys do want to see that car content, let me know. We do go to car shows a lot. We if you guys want to see motorcycle content, let us know. We're around motorcycles all the time. I have a motorcycle. My father has a motorcycle. His godfather has a motorcycle. And in the near future, you guys will soon see Sky on the motorcycle. So, you know, look out for that. But you know, yeah, that's pretty much it. If any of you guys have any questions as of parenting, or, you know, just you guys are about to have a baby, I'm not gonna say we're experts, but, you know, we're all ears.
Yeah.
So
Give
till
our
we see
advice.
you guys again.
Bye. Say bye.
Give you a close up on the baby.
Say bye.
Bye, guys.